Hello and welcome to Making Law Simple. My name is David Helm. Hopefully you can hear me. A licensed practicing attorney in the state of Michigan, and sort of a little impromptu stream. I had a couple of impromptu streams. This will be the third one today. But I've been watching this deposition. I watched it actually a few weeks ago, and I thought it was highly entertaining. It's something maybe we could learn from. So I wanted to present it to you today. Now, it was originally uploaded. I want to get the name. Its original title is "Truck Driver Destroys His Own Case During Deposition." I agree with the title. It's Hyde Trial Tribe. Hyde Trial Tribe is the name of the channel that posted it. I believe they're a law firm out of Texas. So we're going to watch this just to give some commentary, to educate a little bit, but mainly because it is sometimes the stupidest thing that I've ever heard. Now, I'm going to put it at 1.5, and we will watch from this guy, watch from this point going forward. I've already done the swearing in. I've passed the swearing in and where the parties identify themselves. So we'll just pick it up from here.
Josh, I'm going to jump in here real quick. Make sure to say yes or no as opposed to yeah, just so our court reporter's record is very clean, okay? I know that's habit. Try to do your best. I'll correct you. I'm sure Rich will correct you if it's not clear, okay?
Do you go by Josh or Joshua?
Josh.
Josh, you understand you're giving a deposition in a lawsuit?
Yes.
And are you aware of the nature of that lawsuit?
Yes.
Okay, so I trust that I'm not going to have to go through all that with you on why you're here today. Fair?
Yes.
I think you're going to have
the date of the wreck that we're here about.
November 15th, 21.
And where did this wreck occur?
George Bush Highway.
In Dallas?
No.
Where?
Garland.
Now, what time of day did this wreck happen? And you can approximate.
I don't remember.
Was it in
the... Okay, so welcome, Dirk and Red Pen. This guy's answers to so many of these questions are, I don't think I can answer that. I don't remember. To the simplest things. What time of day was it? I don't remember. Okay, fair enough. Let's ask some follow-up.
the afternoon?
I don't know.
Do you know if it was light outside or if it was dark outside?
Light.
Clear or rainy or somewhat or something else? Was there any weather conditions going on that day that you remember?
Sunny.
Sunny. Now, there was a crash report put together for this wreck, and it has the wreck occurring at about 3:17 p.m. Central Time. Sound about right?
I don't know.
As of the date of the wreck, you were working for Andrews Distributing?
Yes.
And you were working as a truck driver?
Yes.
Prior to Andrews, did you work for as a truck driver for anybody else?
No.
So that job at Andrews Distributing, that was your first job as a truck driver?
Yes.
Did you have a...
I don't know. The guy looks familiar to me too, right? So that's what drew me to the video to begin with. But I don't know who he is. He's a truck driver. This happened outside Dallas, Texas. This deposition is being taken January of this year. So January 2025, if you're in a time machine and watching me in the future. January 2025. And so we're streaming this in July. So this was like 6 months ago that this deposition was taken. And it's 2 hours. And I want to play all 2 hours for you guys because it just gets worse and worse and worse.
CDL at the time?
Yes.
A commercial driver's license?
Yes.
And when did you get that CDL?
Don't know. He doesn't know. Do you know?
I don't know the exact date.
He doesn't know.
Did you have it prior to beginning work at Andrews?
Yes.
And in order to obtain that CDL, what did you have to do that a normal driver with a regular everyday driver's license did not have to do?
Form.
Okay, so what you just heard, that woman's voice, that's his attorney, and she said the word form, which means that she's laying an objection to the form of the question, and the deponent still has to answer the question, though. It's just an objection that can be addressed later by the court. So the fact that this guy all of a sudden turns his head leads me to believe he wasn't coached at all. Not coached. Coach is the wrong word. He wasn't told by his attorney like how this process is going to go. I'm going to be able to object. If I object, you still have to answer the question. 2-hour-long train wreck, and I'm here for it. Nice. Yes, it is a 2-hour-long train wreck. Hey, Aaron Olympia, welcome.
Let's put it this way. You also have a standard driver's license, right? Or have had one prior to obtaining your CDL?
Yes.
And when you got your everyday driver's license, you had to take a test with the DMV, right?
Yes.
Now, compare that process with the process of obtaining a commercial driver's license. How did they differ?
I don't know how that's relevant to the situation here.
So we need a category 2 also. Red pen. You're going to have your notebook out. So we need to count the I don't knows. We need to count the I don't know how that's relevant. That's the first one.
Well, let the attorneys decide what's relevant and try to just answer my questions. How did it differ?
I don't know.
You don't know? Can't recall any differences in the process of obtaining a CDL?
I don't know.
Do you have a CDL manual?
I don't know.
Did you keep anything in the cab of that semi that you were driving the day of the wreck? Did you have a manual with all of the trucking specific rules and regulations?
I don't know.
So many I don't
As
know.
of the day of the wreck, how long had you been working for Andrews Distributing?
I don't know.
I don't know exactly.
Over a year?
Christine.
I don't know.
You had a CDL for the state of Texas, correct? Or it was issued by the state of Texas?
Yes.
Any other states in which you've had a driver's license or a CDL?
No.
Let's just talk about being a truck driver. I know you said you don't know how long you've been a truck driver as of the day of the wreck, but you do understand that there is a difference between driving a semi-truck and, let's say, a sedan or an everyday civilian vehicle. You'd agree with me on that general principle, right?
I don't know how that's relevant.
Well, would you agree?
All right, so this is a second relevant objection. All right, so this is a deposition that took place in January regarding a truck driving accident. The driver of the truck is being deposed by the plaintiff's attorney, and it is an absolute disaster shit show. He has said, I don't know, to basic questions, at least, I think, 12 times. Red's been counting, Red Pen's been counting up to 8, but I think there were 4 more after that. 13, I don't know, in two relevancy comments. I don't know how that's relevant. So that's what we're watching. It's a disastrous train wreck of a deposition, and I'm here to educate you all with it.
Agree or disagree?
I don't
No
know.
spoilers, Nick.
After driving, presumably for years, why don't I not presume? How long had you been driving as just an everyday driver at the time that you obtained your CDL?
I don't know.
Did you go to truck driving school?
I don't know how that's relevant.
Did you go to truck driving school?
Don't know how that's relevant.
No.
You did not. Who taught you how to drive a semi-truck?
That's not relevant.
That is, actually. So let's just go ahead and answer them, all right? So who taught you how to drive a semi-truck?
I don't know.
You don't know.
He doesn't
I
know
learned
who
myself.
taught him.
You learned yourself. How'd you learn yourself?
That's not relevant.
The rule is, just answer the question. Your attorney can object. All right?
Your attorney's not objecting.
Relevance, all that. You can make those arguments or make it through your attorney, but just answer my questions, please. So, how did you learn or teach yourself how to drive a semi-truck?
Practice.
Practice. What does that entail? Just hopping into a big old rig and driving around a parking lot?
I already answered that. Practice.
Well, what does practice entail?
Practice.
Did you read?
You see this attorney struggling with how to ask a simpler question to this dumbass that's obviously not wanting to answer the question. He knows how he got his license. He knows what he had to do, but he wants to say it wasn't relevant. I don't know. This does not play well for the judge or the jury. So this is a complete disaster. We're only we're not even 8 minutes into this deposition.
any sort of literature, any sort of notebooks about driving a semi truck when you were teaching yourself how to drive?
I taught it myself and I practiced.
And as part of
And I
practicing and teaching yourself, did you read any sort of books or manuals on driving a truck?
taught myself. I practiced. I acquired a CDL.
You having a hard time with my questions?
No, I understand them very clearly, and I'm answering them clearly.
So my question is, as part of practice and teaching yourself, did you pick up anything, any manuals, any books, anything with, words in it about driving a truck?
I don't know.
Was it an easy process obtaining your CDL?
He's sweating.
I don't know how to answer that.
It's an opinion. Can't really get it wrong.
Well, then it's not relevant.
I think it is. I think the jury will.
Let's talk facts, not opinions.
I'm going to ask the questions that I'm going to ask, sir. So I'm asking you, do you think that it was a difficult process, an easy process?
I don't know how to answer that.
Look, when I get up into the office, look, I push a button, my garage door goes up, I back out, I drive to work. Matter of seconds. For you, it's different.
So the guy answering the questions is being sued. He's the driver of a truck that, according to we'll see some video. I feel like it's very clear in the video that the driver's at fault for this accident. I may be wrong, but the one asking questions is the plaintiff's attorney.
Right? At least when you're driving a semi-truck. Wouldn't you agree?
Things are all about perception. That's again a perception, not a fact.
Well, you, unlike me, you probably have to spend 15 to 20 minutes checking everything on the tractor. That is, I guess, the truck portion of the truck and the trailer attached, if there is a trailer attached, right? You have to do an inspection before you begin driving.
I don't know how to answer that.
When you drive a truck, before you begin, and when I say truck, I mean
I feel like
trailer,
I can
a
answer
semi-truck,
these, and I'm not a truck driver.
you perform a pre-trip inspection, do you not?
I don't know how to answer that.
I'm not going to tell you how to answer, but yes or no would do. Do you perform a pre-trip inspection before you drive a semi-truck?
He's looking over at his attorney. Do you perform? Okay, so that's actually a critical issue when you're talking about, well, at least in Michigan. I don't know about Texas law, but when you're in Michigan, you're talking about no fault in truck driving litigation. That's kind of important that you did a pre-check thing. He's looking over at his attorney. I did slow it down just to hear what his voice sounds like at normal speed because I did have it sped up a little bit.
You're looking to her for answers? Is she a truck driver? Or are you?
Answer the question, man.
Do you perform a pre-trip inspection?
I already answered. I don't know how to answer that.
You don't know how to answer that.
Hey, Kim.
Looks like you just did.
Let's talk back.
Do you know how?
Assumptions.
I am.
No, you're assuming a lot.
A pre-trip inspection, whether or not you perform one before you drive, it's a fact, brother. It's a fact. So you don't know.
I'm not your
And I'm going to go and move ahead. Do you know how to adjust the axles to know where to position your axles on your tractor?
That's not relevant.
Do you know how to check the weights to make sure the weight is properly balanced?
That's not relevant.
Are there different rules and regulations that apply to commercial motor vehicles like tractor trailers? Are there different rules for them than there are for other everyday vehicles?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you know the FMCSR? You ever heard that acronym? Do you know the FMCSR? Have you ever heard that acronym?
Form. Objection form.
Still answer when it's an objection, sir.
I don't know.
You don't know the FMCSR? You don't know what that is?
Form.
I should say, you don't know what the FMCSR are?
Form.
Sir? Yes, no?
Form.
I don't know.
I don't know what's wrong with the form of the question. Like, I don't understand this objection as to form. Maybe she's trying to say it's argumentative without saying that's argumentative. But I mean, it's a perfect. Do you know what this document is? What's the objection to the form? Assumes fact, not in evidence. There's nothing in evidence. It's a discovery. Hey, Wendy.
When you're driving your tractor trailer, let's go to the date of the wreck. As you're driving on George Bush, are you looking ahead?
Yes.
Are you checking for other vehicles?
Struggling with that.
Yes.
How far ahead are you looking?
I don't know how that's relevant.
I don't know how to answer that question.
No.
In terms of distance, how far ahead are you
Got it
looking?
wrong.
The road ahead. How far in, whether it's yards, you can even use some sort of other metric like car lengths. How far ahead are you looking as you're driving the truck?
I don't know.
Are you looking at just the lane that your vehicle is traveling in, or are you looking at surrounding lanes as well?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know how to answer that.
When's the last time you drove a truck?
That's not relevant.
It is. When's the last time you drove a tractor trailer?
I don't know.
It's either I don't know or that's not relevant. That's all he
So
knows.
you don't look or don't know whether you look for other vehicles in surrounding lanes when you're driving a tractor trailer?
I don't know.
You don't know?
How is it that he thinks I don't know if I look about when I'm driving is in any way going to help him? Now, let's assume that he somehow collides with a vehicle, and that's why we're all here. The fact that you can sit there and say, I don't know if I look around. Do you really think that that helps you?
Do you know how to drive a tractor trailer?
Yes.
So if you know how to drive a tractor trailer, do you look in the lane to the left when you're in a center lane, provided there is a left lane?
I don't know how to answer that question.
He doesn't know.
And I'm not really sure I know how to ask it any more simply of a way.
But some of your problem, not mine.
Rest assured, Josh, this case is very much your problem. And I'd ask that you just answer the simple questions.
I am.
Hey, Heather.
What's a blind spot?
I don't know.
The blind spot's an area you cannot see.
Oh, we answered that.
In the context of driving a tractor trailer, and specifically the one that you were driving that day, where were your blind spots?
Hey, Nosy Rosie.
I don't know how to answer that question.
If you're looking out overhead window of your cat, what areas are blind? What can't you see?
I don't know how to answer that question.
If someone is in the
35.
lane to your right, where are they blind? Where's the blind spot? What part of your tractor, if they were next to it, would you not be able to see from the seat in your tractor that you're sitting in?
I don't know how to answer that question.
You know, we served interrogatories in this case. Are you familiar with the term interrogatories?
No.
They're questions that we serve in this lawsuit to the other side, and at least if the rules are being followed, you're to answer them. And we did receive answers. I'm wondering
How many
if
of
you
them
just
were,
told
I
your
don't know.
attorney, I don't know to all the answers. Because that's what I seem to be getting today.
If you have any,
Objection, don't respond. That's attorney-client privilege.
How'd you get those?
Okay, so why isn't his attorney taking him outside and telling him to answer the questions? All right, so because he's got a bad attorney. When attorneys, when deponents act like this, they either don't have attorneys or they have bad attorneys, because none of this is helping him. His attorney is doing a extremely bad job at representing her client in this case. You don't sit there and say, I don't know, to barely, simple questions that even I could answer without being a truck driver. So that's why it's happening. He's got a bad attorney. Now he might think his attorney's doing good. She's objecting and this and that. I believe at some point, she is taken out, or they take a break, and then he comes back and he starts answering some of the questions a little more, but then falls back into his old rhythm again. It's not fake. It is not fake, Hella. I thought it was
Interrogatories
kind of
answered if you don't
stage
know.
2 at first, but it's not.
Look at me, sir. She's not supposed to give you any answers or hints. That's coaching. It's prohibited. So how'd you answer those interrogatories?
If you have the answers, why are you asking me again?
Don't have the answers to all questions. That's what
Faking
today's for.
AI. Only I'm
And
AI in this street.
I want to make sure that you're the one who actually answered them.
Do you have the answer to the question you just asked?
No, sir. So I'm asking it to you right now. You need me to repeat the question?
Sure.
You're sitting in your cab, driver's seat, and there's a vehicle in the lane to the right of the vehicle or of the lane that you're traveling in. At what point would the vehicle in the right lane enter a blind spot like we've been talking about today? Where would the vehicle in the lane to the right be positioned in relation to your tractor? Where would that be if it was inside the blind spot?
I don't know how to answer that question.
We see a video at some point, and it's clear why he doesn't want to answer, but still, it doesn't help you not to answer.
On the day of the wreck, you're driving a truck that has what's been referred to as a blind spot mirror. Are you familiar with that term, blind spot mirror?
Yes, sir.
What's a blind spot mirror?
That's exactly what it's called.
Describe it for the people that may be new to trucking cases. What is a blind spot mirror?
I just answered that.
Where is it located on the truck?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Is it affixed to your headrest?
No.
Is it next to the foot pedal?
No.
So, I get it. Where on your truck is the blind spot mirror?
I don't know how to answer that question.
If I'm looking out the driver's side window, is it right there? If I'm reaching outside the driver's side window, is it right outside and up?
I still don't know how to answer that question.
Were the blind spot mirrors properly adjusted on your truck the day of the wreck?
Don't know.
I don't know.
Got it.
Well, you knew when you answered these interrogatories, said that they had not been adjusted properly.
Are you interested?
Then why'd you ask me if you know the answer?
Because I wanted to see if you're going to tell the truth when put under oath. Plus, interrogatories are not testimony. This is testimony. I need it to ask it in a testimonial setting. So I'm asking again. Were they properly adjusted?
You didn't specify which blind spot mirror.
Okay. Nor did you in the interrogatory answers. Which blind spot mirrors, if any, were not properly adjusted?
I didn't
You
think
asked a
about it
general
ahead
question,
of
I
time.
gave you a
We should
general
have,
answer.
sure.
And I'm asking you now, more specifically, which blind spot mirrors were not, as you allege, properly adjusted?
Is this a different question than the interrogatory?
It really doesn't matter if it is or it isn't. Which blind spot mirror, if any, was not properly adjusted? Please specify, Josh.
I don't know.
You don't know. So do you know if either was properly adjusted?
I don't remember.
Do you believe there were any
see this guy in
transmission
his
issues
native
with the
habitat.
tractor? Day of the wreck?
I don't know how that's relevant.
Do we have to go over that again? The whole relevant thing? Just answer, brother.
I'm not your brother.
Okay, just answer, sir. Need me to repeat the question?
Sure.
Do you believe there were any transmission issues with the tractor?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Oh, speaking of Turtle Boy, Nick and I will have Turtle Boy on for an interview, I believe, next Monday. So not this coming Monday, but the following, what is it, the 22nd or something like that? 21st. So the 21st, Nick and I, Nick Staroff and I will be doing an interview of Turtle Boy. So stick around for
Because,
that.
again, interrogatory 10, you seemed sure when you're answering that. You said that there were transmission issues with the tractor. And how does the transmission of the truck, how does that relate to adjustment of the side mirror on the vehicle?
I don't know.
Is there any relation?
I don't know.
Would it improper adjustment to the side mirror cause transmission issues?
I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah. Do you know about how these trucks operate?
I don't know how to answer that.
Well, I don't know, because you did answer in your answer to interrogatory 10 that defendant believes, if defendant being you, believes that there was transmission issues with the tractor and due to improper adjustment of the side mirror. So I guess it might be two separate issues, but I want to know if they're related issues. I just don't understand how improper adjustment of the side mirror would impact transmission whatsoever.
What was the wording? You said believes? So
Yes.
That's a matter of perception, not fact.
I know, but we're asking you.
And I'll here to answer facts, but we can't answer perceptions.
Okay. Said that you said that plaintiff, meaning the vehicle occupied by my client, was in a blind spot where defendant being you, could not see that vehicle before making the lane change. So which blind spot was she in?
The vehicle was in my blind spot.
Where's your blind spot?
The vehicle was in, well,
Which
I really
blind
don't know how
spot?
to
Okay, let's go back up. Where's your blind spots? I don't know. Well, the vehicle was, you said the vehicle was in your blind spot. Yes, it was. Which blind spot? My blind spot.
answer that definitely.
You can just try your best.
Well, I don't want to try and guess. I want to give you facts.
I'm not asking you to guess, but just try to articulate where the blind spot is. If you're driving a vehicle, where that blind spot is. Just try your best. You're not going to mess that up. I mean, you can just try.
I don't.
Okay. Despite the look on my face, you're still talking is probably one of the best handles that I have seen in a long time. Kudos to you. That's awesome.
know how to answer that.
Whose job is it to make sure that the side mirrors are properly adjusted on the truck?
I don't know how to answer that.
You don't know whose job it is? Whose responsibility it is?
I don't know how to answer that.
He's being sued and he doesn't want to be sued, and he thinks he's being clever, and his attorney is doing a huge disservice to him by not instructing him properly on how to answer questions in a deposition. Well, that's where we are. He keeps going on and on. 51, 52. Yeah, he's got 52 I don't knows. It's a simple questions like, did you read a manual? I don't know. Did you check the mirrors? I don't know. Whose job is it? I don't know. Everything is I don't know. Hey, there we go.
Would it be your job before you get into that vehicle to make sure that the side mirrors are properly adjusted?
I don't know how to answer that. I've said that twice now.
Well, if you're getting into the truck, let's say, I mean, do you ever keep the truck at your home?
No.
You don't? Where do you pick it up as of this time of this wreck? Where do you pick it up from?
I don't know how that's relevant. That's not relevant.
I don't know if he has
There's that
mental
relevance thing,
issue.
man. This is question and answer. Where did you pick the truck up from? How about we go to the date of the wreck? Where were you going?
I was driving back to the yard.
Driving back to the yard.
That he knew.
And where's the yard?
Andrew's building in Allen.
I'm sorry?
Andrew's building,
Okay. What city?
Allen.
And where were you coming from?
How is that relevant?
I don't remember.
Ah, I got it.
There was a trailer attached to the truck, right?
Yes.
Was that also Andrew's trailer?
Yes.
And the interrogatory answer said that you were at the end of your shift. Is that accurate?
So this deposition will be used for the purposes of a summary disposition motion. I'm assuming that's what they call it in Texas too. Just to basically get a judgment against him without even needing to go in front of a jury. And then this is also going to give some sort of insight into how he's going to perform in front of a jury. So you can use it to try to like push some buttons. And then you can use it to impeach him in front of the jury. So if he testifies to something different than this, be like, remember when I asked you this and you said, I don't know. That could be used against him as well. So all kinds of stuff.
As of the time of the wreck, you were at the end of your shift?
I don't know how to answer that.
Were you close to the Andrews yard when the wreck happened?
Again, that's a perception question. I don't know
Not
how to
really.
answer that.
I mean, I could sit there and measure the distance. I mean, how long approximately would it have taken you to get to the Andrews yard had this wreck not happened? How much longer did you have to go?
I don't know.
Remind me, you said it was Andrews yard was in Allen,
Yes.
and you were in Garland as of the time of this wreck, right?
Yes.
Fairly close, right? Same metroplex.
Is that a statement or a question?
I mean, do you agree or disagree?
Oh, I don't know.
The trailer attached to the truck, the tractor, was there anything in it?
I don't remember.
What do you usually transport, or what did you usually transport for Andrews? Having a hard time with that one?
I don't know how that's relevant.
That's just relevant.
Do you know what Andrews is?
Not the one sitting for the deposition.
It seemed like you asked a lot of questions you know the answer to already.
What did you usually transport in the back of the trailer?
Beer?
Beer. Okay, was there any beer in the back at the time?
I don't remember.
Were you drinking your product, sir, on the way back?
Where did you last drop off a load?
I don't remember.
You have a bill of lading? Sorry.
I don't remember.
Who was your supervisor at Andrews?
Andy Killingsworth?
How do I spell that?
The attorney is getting extremely frustrated. I've been in these situations where the deponent doesn't want to answer questions, and sometimes it's a little frustrating and you kind of want to yell, but I think this attorney's holding it together quite well. Despite the, at one point he says, I don't know how to ask this question any simpler.
Andy Killingsworth.
Any other supervisors?
I don't know.
But I believe the attorney asked.
Did you all have a safety man?
At least thus far is acting very appropriately. He's just moving on to the next one, moving on to the next question. He's not harping on too much, and he's just moving on. But he's trying to get answers.
Manager there at Andrews Distributing?
I don't remember.
Did you have any meetings with anyone in Andrews Distributing regarding safe operations of a commercial vehicle? Still answer.
I don't know how to answer that.
So no, you didn't have any meetings concerning training or how to safely operate a commercial motor vehicle like the one you were driving that day?
I said I don't know how to answer that question.
You ever have any sort of training provided by Andrews Distributing concerning how to operate a truck?
I don't know how to answer that question.
So yes, in depositions, his attorney is allowed to ask questions of him and follow up. I do that sometimes when my client's being deposed, if I want things to be clarified or things like that. But yes, there absolutely is cross-examination. And if there's more parties involved too, then all the attorneys involved can ask questions.
So did they train you in any way, shape, or form to drive a commercial motor vehicle?
I'm going to get a little plug for this channel, by the way. This channel that this video is posted on is a law firm in Texas. They got a bunch of videos. So I do put a link down below if you guys want to go check it out. They give the case name, the court name, the parties involved, the attorneys involved all at the beginning. I skipped all that. This is a real case. This is a real deposition. At least as far as I know, it's presented that way.
I don't know how to answer that question.
Did they provide you any materials, like any sort of printouts, anything like that concerning how to safely drive a truck?
I don't remember.
Did they provide you with a pre-trip inspection checklist?
I don't remember.
And when you drove that truck that morning, you did perform a pre-trip inspection?
I don't remember.
This is so many. I don't know. I don't remember.
So we did talk earlier, and you said you were at the end of your shift, right? At the time of the wreck.
And I said, I don't know how to answer that question.
You need a suggestion?
Well, you're trying to imply, but I said, I don't know how to answer that question.
You know what the end of your shift means?
Yes.
Okay. 3:17 p.m. You know what that means?
That's a time.
Okay. The end of your shift.
He's just trying to like break it down
Shift
for him.
ends when?
The simplest ways.
When I clock out.
And you clock out after you arrive at your intended destination, correct?
I don't know how to answer that question.
You answered it in an interrogatory. Someone did anyway.
There's so many variables. I don't know how to answer that question.
Not really. End of shift is end of shift. So you get to the yard, which was your intended destination, correct?
There's no definite time to clock out, so I don't know how to answer that question.
But you do have a definite amount of time that you're allowed to drive that truck, right?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I
I
don't know how to
feel
answer
so
that question,
sorry for
rather.
this attorney.
Do you know if there is a definite amount of time that you're allowed to drive a truck during a given day?
I don't know how to answer that question.
During a given day, how many hours are you allowed to drive a truck?
I don't know how to answer that question.
During a given day, let's say you're driving, is there a certain amount of hours that you're allowed to drive before taking a break?
I don't know how to answer that question.
He's supposedly a truck driver. Doesn't
How
know
about I ask you a
any of
different
the
way?
rules.
Is there a limit on the number of hours you can consecutively drive before you're required to stop and take a break?
I don't remember.
And you said you don't remember where you slept the night before this wreck? The night before this wreck, do you remember where you stayed?
I don't understand the question.
Well, let me see. Do you remember sleeping the night before this wreck?
I don't understand the question.
The date of the wreck, did you wake up at the house that you usually stay at? Your home? Or somewhere else?
I don't know how to answer that question.
It's so bad.
The trip that you were on at the time of the wreck, you were coming back from making a delivery, right?
I don't remember.
For Rangers Distributing, did you routinely cross state lines to make deliveries?
No.
Everything was within the state?
Yes.
Okay. And if it's based in...
Oh, I know, Kat. This was a spur of the moment thing. But welcome. I threw it up and I wanted to take a look at this ridiculous deposition of this truck driver. But welcome. Thanks for being here. Oh, and you gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much. Those went to Phoenix, Johnny Osprey, Chris Ladd, the Livicket, and Mrs. Smith. There we go.
Truck yard,
Very much.
that is. Where would they have you delivering to? Was it just within the Metroplex, or were there times where you would deliver more than 5 driving hours away?
I don't remember.
So you never drove an Andrews Distributing truck outside of state lines?
Hella and nosy. Just
No.
wait till we get to the video on this case, on this deposition.
How do you log your hours? I'm sorry, let me take that back. As of the time of this wreck, how did you log your hours?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Was there an electronic logging device inside of your truck?
I don't know.
You don't know if there was. Do you know what an electronic logging device is?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Yes or no? Do you know what an electronic logging device is?
Yes.
Okay. Was there one of those inside of the semi?
I don't know.
You don't know? Did you manually or electronically log your driving hours?
I don't know how to answer that.
Did you use a little paper logbook, a little paper one where you manually wrote things in, or did you use some sort of electronic application to log your service hours?
I don't know how to answer that.
Or maybe neither. Did you not log your service hours one way or another?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
As a truck driver with a CDL, you are aware that you are required to log all of your hours of service, correct?
Form.
That's a legal conclusion that I don't know how to.
Is that a question?
Yes, that's a question.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
Oh,
You're
I
aware that you
eventually
are
got there.
supposed to log the hours that you are actually driving,
Form.
right?
I don't know how to answer that.
Try yes or no.
Form.
I
I
suspect
don't know how to answer that.
defense attorney hates her
You are
client,
aware that
and that's why she's not
you are to
instructing him
log-
properly.
the hours in which, well, let me start with this. Have you ever heard the term sleeper berth?
Can you repeat the question?
Have you ever heard the term sleeper berth in the context of driving a truck?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't know.
You still driving trucks?
Are you still driving trucks? That's the question. Is he going to say yes, no, I don't know how to answer that, or I don't know? Which one of those is he going to say? Sal, I don't tell you everything about my life. This was spur of the moment.
As of today, are you still a truck driver?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Don't know how to answer.
You don't know how to answer if you are still a truck driver? What's your job?
That's not relevant.
Yes, it is. Are you still driving trucks today?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Don't know.
Let's take a break.
Don't know how to answer.
You got it.
All right.
Off the record at 11:31.
The
Don't
attorney
forget your
finally.
microphones.
I think she's finally. I got stupid.
Back on the record at 11:42.
All right, so I think she finally had to talk to him. His attorney, the woman that's in there objecting. I think she finally had to talking to him, and then he starts to answer questions a little bit more with like actual answers, and then it sort of all falls apart again.
All right, so we just got back from a break. Did you have a chance to meet with your attorney over the break?
Yes.
And did she advise you to, for lack of a better word?
All right, so before the break, before being instructed by his own counsel, he had 105 I don't knows in 40 minutes of questionings. So in 40 minutes, he had 105 I don't knows. Thank you very much, Red Pen, for keeping track of that for us.
Change the way you've been answering these questions so far?
Attorney-client privilege. You do not answer that.
Do you still work for Andrews Distributing?
No.
When did that end?
I don't remember the exact date.
Was it this year?
No.
Was it last year?
I don't remember.
How many jobs have you had since working at Andrews Distributing?
No.
It's either a lot or none. He doesn't want to say none.
I think, can I see that form that the questions are? They're ones that you're reading?
No. These have notes. Of course not.
Well, I'm saying, what was it called? Interrogatory or something?
Interrogatories?
Yeah.
We didn't ask about that. I
Oh,
was going to help you. But
can you say the question, please?
how many jobs have you had since your time at Andrews Distributing has ended?
3?
3. Are you still a truck driver as of today's date?
No.
No. Do you still have a CDL?
Yes.
Had you been involved in any auto or truck collisions prior to this collision in January of 2021?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go back to the first that you can recall. Were you driving a tractor trailer?
It's on the interrogatory.
Because I saw just one listed there. Only one other auto-related wreck prior to this wreck that we're here about in this lawsuit. Only one?
And that was the 2019.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. And then since the wreck that we're here about today, since the January 15th, 2021 wreck, you've only been involved in one other auto-related wreck?
Yes. Also on the interrogatory.
Now, why did your employment at Andrews end?
Termination.
Termination. What were the grounds?
He ran a couple off the road with his big rig, is what he did. We're going to actually see video of it coming up.
To be honest, I don't know exactly.
Was this wreck
That's
something?
what he allegedly did.
This wreck that we're here about today, was that part of the reason you were fired?
Yes.
Was it the reason you were fired?
I don't know exactly.
So, but someone told you that this wreck had something to do with why they terminated you.
Yes.
Did you receive a letter?
I don't remember.
You don't remember if you received a letter saying why you were terminated?
I don't remember.
Okay, who told you the reason you were terminated from Andrews?
The person that told me I was terminated was Andy Killingsworth.
Andy Killingsworth, who you said was your supervisor, correct?
Yes.
I asked you about this earlier. I'm going to ask you now again, now that you've had a time to put things into perspective.
Chemical romance.
The term
lawyer?
safety manager.
Nice.
Have you heard that term before?
I don't remember.
Was there anybody at Andrews who was responsible for conducting safety meetings with personnel such as yourself?
I really don't remember.
Did anybody at Andrews train you to operate a tractor trailer safely?
Form.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that question.
Did they provide you with any training materials?
They fired you,
I
man.
don't
Why
remember.
are you protecting them?
Did you have to submit to periodic tests administered by Andrews or someone that they hired to make sure that you knew the rules on how to safely operate a tractor trailer?
Form.
I don't know how to answer that question.
When you are driving a semi-truck, tractor trailer like the one you were driving in the January 2021 collision, when you're driving one of those,
Let's see when the video comes up.
I need you to walk me through the safe way for you to change lanes. Okay? Tell me the safe way to do it. And all the steps that go into that.
Nothing.
Okay, can anybody just describe in a sentence or two the safe way to change lanes? Presuming you're a driver, right? Come up with a sentence or two.
Happened in January of 21. I don't believe.
I'm sorry. You're right. November of 2021. Let me ask it again. So when you're driving a semi-truck, like the tractor trailer you were driving in November of 2021,
Can this man answer?
when you're driving one of those, I need you to walk me through step by step the safe way to change lanes.
The buffering. This is sped up too, folks.
Put on your turn signal.
Okay.
Check your mirrors. Change lanes.
Check what mirrors?
It took so long. Wait. Really? You better not be messing with me, Long Kong. So Rosalio's missing rug may have been found today. You need to be sending me some DMs there on the Twitters, please. Oh, you already have. Awesome. Oh. I'm going to be checking that out. That's awesome news. If that's, I'll follow up with after this.
All your mirrors.
Walk me through what all your mirrors are. Each one that you check before you change lanes, right? Which ones do you check?
The ones on the truck.
Okay, where are they located?
On the truck.
There's a side mirror, right?
I mean, per law, there's side mirrors on a truck. Yes.
One on each side, at least one on each side, right?
Yes.
Where's that image from, Log
That's-
that you sent me?
If you wanted to reach out and grab it, roll down your driver's side window. If it rolls down and it's right in front of the outside door, driver's side door, right?
Yeah.
And there's one on the passenger side of the cab, right? On the outside. Just like everyday vehicles, there are side
Yes.
mirrors, right? And do you have a rear view mirror?
I don't remember.
When you're changing lanes, we're talking about side mirrors, and if there is a rear view mirror, do you check all of those before changing lanes?
Yes.
Any others that I have not addressed?
I don't know.
So you said to safely change lanes in a semi, you need to check your mirrors, activate your turn signal, and then physically turn your steering wheel and merge into the lane, provided it's safe, right? Do I have that accurately?
It's out of order. You put your turn signal on first to warn the other drivers on the road. Then you check your mirrors. And after everything is clear, then you change lanes.
And the turn signal,
See, he's actually answering questions at this point.
that is, where's that look?
But I want to jump forward to the video. It's ridiculous.
I don't know how to answer that question.
Of course he doesn't.
The facts are I was operating it as safe as I could
Just to see this
by any
guy
legal or safety standard.
in the
Any
cab
legal
with
safety
this
standard?
truck.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about that.
Okay, I can't concentrate due to the rogue thing. So I see this image that Law Kong sent over. Something gray with geographical shapes like this one carpet in Rosalio's Jeep. So, and I haven't dug into this, but what it looks like is that the missing rug from the living room, was rolled up in Rosalio's Jeep with no blood on it. So that's what we're looking at. It's developing. I'm gonna do a stream on it. I'll get Law Kong on. It's not gonna be today, but we'll be talking about this. Just hearing about this. I don't know why we're just hearing about it now. Law Kong is just messaging me. We'll find out. We'll do a stream on it. So, all right, let's watch.
Pre-trip inspection. We're going to try to give that one another go. Did you conduct a pre-trip inspection that day?
Not right now, anyways, Nosy.
No.
Did Andrews Distributing provide you with a checklist of items to be performed in a pre-trip inspection?
I don't remember.
Did they in any way train you orally or in writing, or maybe gave you a video, any sort of training whatsoever on what to do in a pre-trip inspection?
I don't remember.
What other reasons did Andrews Distributing provide for why you were terminated from their company?
I don't remember.
How did you learn about Andrews Distributing and
Okay.
the job?
Just to see this guy. Hey, super lawyer.
I'm sorry, I'm going to need to take a break to get this set up real
Got
quick.
Rick Nikita.
Off the record at 11:57.
I know nothing.
Back on the record at 12:11.
All right, we're gonna watch
Josh.
the video now.
Some dash cam footage from the date of the wreck was produced in this litigation. Have you had a chance to see it?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to play it in just a moment. It's there. We got one of the 3 videos that were produced. Looks like we have a version that captures the inside of the cab and the roughly 80 seconds leading, or 80-second video that contains the wreck happening. We have one that's taken outside the cab, and then we have a side-by-side. We're going to go through those now. You've seen all three of those videos?
I've only seen in cab.
Okay.
What's on the screen? What?
Off the record, real quick.
Off the record at 12:11.
That's a. I'm going to mark this one as Plaintiff's Exhibit 1, and I'm going to go ahead and play it for you, Josh. Okay. We can watch the rest of it if you'd like.
I want to put
But
it at normal speed.
What we just witnessed was the collision, as you remember it, right?
Yes.
Looks like you said, "What the fuck?" Are you telling me you didn't see that vehicle prior to the impact?
That's not what he said either.
No, I did not see that car.
We get such a better view. I have the picture. Yes. Cloud comment. I don't think he was paying attention at all. Yeah, of course he was sleeping. He was drinking his Monster, whatever it was.
All right, we're going to watch it. The same one, Exhibit 1, again. And I want to focus on, I'm going to
His brain
stop
was
it periodically throughout to call your attention to certain things and ask follow-up questions, all right? You ready?
Yeah.
This is the first thing. Do your eyes look closed in the frame that I have
Yes, they do.
paused it at right now?
No. That's me squinting because the sun's in my eyes.
So your position is that when we see your eyes like this, it's you squinting, and you're still just looking at the road, just having your eyes squinted like I am right now.
Yeah, so if the camera's up here.
Is he
If
squinting?
you look down
or
upon
are his
somebody,
eyes
of course it
closed?
looks like that. If you look at the sun, there's no shadow on my head. The visor doesn't even go low enough to block the sun even at my head level, much less my eyes. So I'm squinting because in the time in the afternoon, the sun is directly in my eyes
If
because I'm
only
heading into the sun.
There was
That's
something
dangerous, though, don't
you
you
could
think?
put on your
No,
eyes
it's everyday life.
to help with the sun.
Do
I don't know what
sunglasses
that
help?
could be. I mean, I wish something was invented.
Oh, I don't know. It's a matter of perception.
I mean, if you are actually squinting here, by squinting, you are restricting your field of vision, are you not?
No.
All right, let's continue watching.
He is so sleeping right there.
So what I just played here, and I can skip back to it, looks like
It's like a solid 3 seconds.
sometimes you do take your hand off the wheel, right? I'll try to play it so that this activity bar lowers, but sometimes you do take your hand off the wheel, as we see here. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so you took your hand off the wheel to grab a drink.
Yes.
You also took your eyes off the road ahead of you to grab a drink.
I don't know.
Right? Well, you want to watch it again?
I think that's a matter of perception.
It's a matter of perception. I don't know what that is. I want to know what song he's listening to.
Do you recall being tired that day at the time of the wreck?
No.
So you would disagree with anyone who's watching this video that says he looks tired.
We have a view from out
Yes,
the
I would
dash
disagree.
too coming up.
And it's the end of your shift at about 3:17 p.m. And you're drinking, what was that drink that you're drinking?
I don't remember.
An energy drink?
I don't remember. You see the same video. What was it?
I see the car that went beyond it.
All right, we'll go back. But you take your eyes off the road several times throughout this roughly first 30 seconds of Exhibit 1. Would you agree?
Hey,
For example, we're paused at
2.0. We are watching the ridiculous deposition of this gentleman in the top left-hand corner above me, who's a truck driver in Texas that wiped out a family in a car. And he had so many, yeah, it's my OnlyFans. He had so many, I don't know how to answer that. How is that relevant to the simplest of questions? Just made a fool of himself. And so now he's being confronted with his own sleepiness at the steering wheel. And we're just having a good time watching this and maybe learning something. Maybe.
timestamp 19 on the video. And your eyes are not on the road right now, are they?
Oh, they're looking in the mirror. Like I told you earlier, check your mirrors before you change lanes.
Okay,
Check your mirrors.
eyes are on.
Remember that. Check your mirrors. The mirrors show behind you, right? Check your mirrors. And you have like a little blind spot round mirror. You got to check that too, because that shows what's in your blind spot next to you. So behind and next to you. That's what we look at the mirrors for. Just remember that for later, folks.
The mirror at timestamp 19.
We'll play the video.
I know, but right here, you're sure that you're looking at the mirror right now at timestamp 19?
125, I don't know.
Oops, sorry.
Every time I look to the right, I'm looking in a mirror for any vehicle that may be there. And based on what I'm seeing, there is no vehicle there. There was no vehicle visible.
Okay, where's the vehicle that you're looking at here?
They were like did you ever get a CDL? How did you train or practice driving a truck? I don't know. You don't know how you practice driving a truck. What is a blind spot? It is what it is. I don't know how to answer that. It was like stupid things like that.
Here at timestamp 21. You're looking to the right there.
I don't know.
You're looking for, in timestamp 21, you're looking for a vehicle?
Can you play it in context, please? Can you back it up?
Sure.
Now I don't know. I don't do
Timestamp
trucking
21.
accidents.
What vehicle?
So I don't know if this guy's legitimate. If the defendant has a legitimate defense, like the car was in my blind spot. If that's I don't know. This defendant, this truck driver, might be completely off the hook for this. But the way he's answering these questions is horrible for
Are you looking for vehicles at timestamp 20 and 21?
Could you please back it up, play it, and at the point you see me look where you question, pause it, please. But play it up to that so I can have context.
Sure. There we are, timestamp 21. You look
Okay,
for,
and play it again now.
from where?
Right here. Play forward. All right. Pause. Okay. Back it up to 21 you're wanting to say. All right. Back it up a little bit more. A little bit more, like a few seconds. Okay.
Okay, well, we're talking about something different, backed up more. I'm talking about 20 and 21.
I'm putting it in context. I'll answer your question. Absolutely. So go ahead and play it.
Yeah, he had a conference with his attorney, and now he knows how to answer questions.
Okay, pause it where you Well, pause it where you want to ask the question.
Wait, what?
20 and 21.
Okay. So at second 21, where am I looking? You're on 20 right now. And go back to
I would
19.
say you're looking at your
I'm asking about 20 and 21.
monster.
Right. So this door here at the bottom is a sight glass for blind spot. Part of changing lanes is you check all your mirrors, which I do. You can see I looked right many times since that's the lane I was going into. It's also a mirror on the left. I checked that. There's also a sight glass window at the bottom of the door, and I checked that.
So
All that's been checked.
earlier when I was asking you about blind spot mirrors and where they were located, all you had to do was that, what you just did there. So you're saying you're looking at a blind spot mirror
I said I checked my
at 20 and
mirrors.
21.
I said, no, I said I checked my mirrors. And during the time you're asking, what is not on video is a sight glass in the bottom of the door that shows to the outside. I additionally checked that to be the safest driver I can be, to make the safest lane change I can. And there was
So he's saying he checks his mirrors and a blind spot door, or whatever. Again, just remember that. That's what he's
Nothing.
talking about.
no vehicle visible in that as well. So there was no vehicle in any mirror or sight glass in the door.
Were any of these mirrors improperly adjusted?
I believe that's a question on the interrogatory, isn't it?
No, it's a question right here and right now. Were any of the mirrors that we just talked about, were they improperly adjusted as of the date and time of this wreck?
I don't know how to answer that question.
How about a yes or no?
Well, I just said I don't know how to answer that. I know there was no vehicle visible when I checked all my mirrors.
And when you checked them, did you confirm that they were properly adjusted?
From what I could see in the mirrors when I looked, there was no vehicle present.
And I'm asking about the adjustment, the status to which they were adjusted. Were they properly adjusted when you checked them or improperly adjusted?
All right. So T-Rex Trucking and More. We got a trucker here that's being sued for causing an accident, and most of his answers were, I don't know. Wendy joined us late. At the beginning, with this deponent was being asked a ton of questions about whether or not, like how he was trained, how he practiced for driving trucks, whether or not he was, all the checks that he was supposed to do before trucks. And he kept saying, or before he gets in and drives, he kept saying, I don't know. How is that relevant? I don't know how to answer that. Things like that, which we thought anyone who drives a truck should probably be able to answer fairly easily. And I think that's why Wendy got you here. 128 I don't know so far in an hour of deposition.
At the adjustment they were, I could not see any vehicle in them.
So you do remember performing a pre-trip inspection?
No, I didn't say that.
So when did you check them?
I said factually in the video, you can see me checking my mirrors and my blind spot sight glass of the door before changing lanes to make sure I was operating it as safe as I possibly could in that moment. And there was no vehicle present, visible.
So you didn't check before this. You didn't check whether they were properly adjusted. What you're talking about checking is actually looking at the mirrors while you're driving. You can't tell me one way or the other whether you'd actually confirmed prior to driving whether they were properly adjusted.
I can tell you that when I checked my mirrors in my blind spot areas, there was no vehicle visible when I changed lanes.
And when you say check, you mean looking at the mirrors as you're driving?
Of course, to safely operate a truck, you look to see if there's anything there, and there was not anything visible to me before I changed lanes. So I checked so I can safely make a lane change.
That's impressive. The pre-trip is about 15 walk around. I'm assuming you should, like 15 minutes or 15 things. The pre-trip is required to be logged. Oh yeah, he didn't know how he logged his hours either. He didn't know how many hours he was able to drive without taking a break. He didn't know how many hours he was allowed to drive in one 24-hour period. He didn't know any of these things. and he didn't know where he went to school for a CDL. He didn't know how many hours he trained for a CDL. He didn't know how he trained for a CDL. All kinds of things like that.
I am asking you, before you even sat down in that driver's seat, did you confirm, check, whatever language you want to use, did you look at those mirrors and see if they were in the proper adjustment?
Why couldn't he see anything? Mirrors are supposed to be adjusted so that you can see the edges of your trailer. Well, that was my thought, and I think that's this attorney's thought as well. And Wendy, I don't know why you're giving me the $10 to say thank you to Rexy, but I'm going to say thank you to you. Yeah, so this guy's just sort of the talking himself into being found liable. Essentially, is how this deposition is being presented on YouTube. It's from a law firm in Texas that posted it. I watched it a few weeks ago. I thought it was funny and wanted to share it with you. Now we're going to get to the front facing camera of the video in a minute, and he's going to try to explain all this away. But right now, he's always talking about the mirrors. I checked my blind spots and the mirrors in the blind spots.
Investment prior to turning your key on the ignition and driving that vehicle.
You already asked if I did a pre-trip inspection. I said no.
Okay, so now it's no. You now remember, but you did not perform one.
See, look, Rex can provide it in a chat in 2 sentences. This guy took 10 minutes of buffering before he could say, I don't know, and then moved on.
You asked that question already.
And you were supposed to perform one, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to have your eyes open when you check.
That's a perception question. Yeah. I answered facts.
He was definitely.
The answer is no, simply.
Under federal regulations and state regulations, you're to perform a pre-trip inspection, are you not?
Form.
I don't know how to answer that question.
As the driver of a commercial motor vehicle, as the driver, you are ultimately responsible for determining whether the tractor.
Oh, yeah. When he said he learned how to drive a truck, he said, practice. Practice how? Just practice. That was his answer.
Any trailer
Just
attached
practice.
is in safe condition prior to operating that vehicle on a road. True or false?
Form.
I said I didn't do a pre-trip inspection. Andrews didn't. Andrews did not instruct us to do so.
We're going to switch the input. We'll come back to this. Heating up, and that's why you didn't see her.
So what I skipped was they were going through a bunch of documents and logs and things like that, which I don't really care about. So now we're getting into more of the video.
At all points leading up to this collision, was she ahead of your vehicle? Maybe not directly ahead, but at least ahead of your vehicle.
Form.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was she ahead of your vehicle?
Some other dash cam footage for just a second.
Keep talking. I didn't see her in the blind spot.
This is going to be plaintiff's deposition exhibit.
So at first I was trying to figure out where this vehicle was.
Number 3. Now this is taken at the same time. This is taken at the same time as the inside cab footage that we saw in Exhibit 1.
I kind of want to recut these and play them side by side so
Ready?
we can see when he's closing his eyes.
Well, before I begin, do you remember what the vehicle occupied by my client looked like? What kind of vehicle it was, what the color was? Do you remember it all?
No.
No.
Do you remember
He wasn't
what
paying attention.
my client or the other passenger of that vehicle looked like?
No, that's so long ago. I don't remember.
Do you remember what ethnicity they were? Anything about them?
No.
Did you, in fact, see either of those two people at the scene of the wreck?
After it happened, I ran over there and checked on them immediately. When you see me exit my truck, when it was safe to cross the highway, I ran over to check on them because I was concerned. At which point I asked if they were okay, and they said they were. I asked if they were hurt. They said no.
Objection form.
He did check his rear view mirrors and his blind spot peeper and made sure that there were no cars on either side or behind him. He forgot to look in front of him.
Based on what we just saw, what did my client do wrong, if anything? Or, let me specify. What did the driver of my client's vehicle do wrong, if anything?
I don't know.
Nothing? You need to rewatch that video. Can you tell me anything that they did wrong?
It was
I don't know their
perfect.
speed, but other than that, I don't think so.
What, if anything, would you have done differently if you could relive that day?
Well, I don't know how to answer that. We're here now. Can't go back in time.
Is there anything that you could have done differently to have prevented this wreck?
Well, like anybody, I wish it didn't happen.
But what could you have done differently?
I don't know.
Maybe not
What could you have
change
done differently?
lanes into another vehicle that was in front of you.
And had you done it, avoided this wreck?
So that question implies that there was full control over every aspect and variable of the situation. And the reality of it was, it's an accident for a reason. It's an accident. Accident is by definition accident. So it's not that I purposely did anything,
By what definition?
nor did they do anything.
What do you mean? Define accident for me.
Well, you're smarter than me. You do it. You know what that is. Why are you asking me?
Why don't you tell me if you agree with this? Negligence causes accidents.
Form.
I don't know how to answer that. That's another implication.
So you're saying you had no control over your vehicle. You had no control over this happening, this collision.
What I do know for a fact is me operating that vehicle, I was operating it in the most safe manner I possibly could. To the extent of my control, as safe as I could.
As safe as you could.
I want to know what T-Rex thinks if
Yeah,
he's
as
still
safe as you
here.
could. Safety is
Watching
important, right?
the forward
Absolutely.
view.
You're driving 20 tons, right?
Form.
Is it possible that this
And
guy
if you drive that truck
is legitimate?
unsafely,
That he's not
even slightly
responsible
unsafely,
for this?
you kill somebody, right?
Form.
Is that a question or a statement?
Yeah, it's a
Seems
question.
like you're just talking at me.
It's a question.
Form.
Do you disagree?
I don't know how to answer that.
Let's watch this. So we can at least agree that where I'm waving my cursor, that is my client's vehicle, right?
I said I don't know what it looks like, is it?
It's the one that you ended up colliding with. Let's
Hey,
just
pause it, please.
assume that it is.
Yes. Is it my
When
client?
you ask me a question, you tell me I have to answer. I just asked you a question and you ignored me. Is that your client's vehicle?
Well,
I also said I don't know what it looks like. So why would you ask me a question you already answered? I asked you, is that your client's vehicle? Because I don't know.
Josh, I'm not supposed to be answering questions. I'm not the witness. I'm not supposed to be answering questions. I'm not the witness.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Okay. So based on what we saw, this vehicle being the one that there was contact made with, safe to say that is my client's vehicle, right? I mean, I'm not trying to trick you here.
I mean, I'm listening to you. Okay.
Okay, so since Rex is in the chat, my only thought was, like, if I'm representing this douchebag of a driver, is it possible that he couldn't see the vehicle in that front right corner? And I don't know if it's, if that's even an excuse, but is it possible that he couldn't see the vehicle that's obviously in front of him? Is there any possibility that he couldn't see the vehicle in front of him? He was like sleeping, his eyes were closed, he was doing this, and then he was like taking a drink, then setting it back down and changing lanes. He wasn't paying attention.
Let's capture the wreck that we're here about today, right? The one in November of 2021.
Yes.
This video shows, or is a fair and accurate depiction of what you remember happening that day?
I mean, it's on a factual video, isn't it?
Well, so yes.
Yes. You're watching the same video I watched.
And when I'm watching this video, I happen to notice an extended period of time, and this is just the amount of video that was produced in this case by your prior employer. Let's watch how much time transpires between the beginning of this video and the time of impact, okay? Okay.
You know what? That's a good. Why is he even changing lanes? He might not have intended to change lanes. We go back and watch this part of the video. He's clearly sleeping. Hang on. I'm at 126. All right. He's like clearly not paying attention and sleeping. I mean, look at this. Look at this part right here. So I don't know if he intended to change lanes. His story is that he was changing lanes, right? He came up with that after the fact.
Throughout to call your attention to certain things and ask follow-up questions, all right? You ready?
Yeah.
But look at this. I mean, he's clearly...
This is the first thing. Do your eyes look closed in the frame that I have
Yes, they do.
paused at right now?
No. That's me squinting because the sun's in my eyes.
So your position is that when we see your eyes like this, it's you squinting, and you're still just looking at the road, just having your eyes squinted like I am right now.
I don't know if
Yeah,
he's
so
indicated.
the camera's up here. If you look down upon somebody, of course it looks like that. If you look at the sun, there's no shadow on my head. The visor doesn't even go low enough to block the sun even at my head level, much less my eyes. So I'm squinting because in the time in the afternoon, the sun is directly in my eyes because I'm heading into the sun.
That's dangerous, though, don't you think? Your field of vision.
Okay.
What I just played here, and I can see activity bar lowers, but sometimes you do take your hand off the wheel, as we see here.
And then grabs his drink.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so you took your hand off the wheel to grab a drink.
Yes.
You also took your eyes off the road ahead of you to grab a drink.
I don't know.
Right? Well, you want to watch it again?
I think that's a matter of perception.
That was my thought. Like, I do that sometimes in my car.
Do you recall being tired that day at the time of the wreck?
No.
So
I don't think he intended to change lanes.
okay. So 24 seconds transpire, maybe a second or two less. But for that full beginning of the video, my client's vehicle is ahead of yours that entire period.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Based on perception of a camera that's high mounted at the ceiling, so high that you can't even see the hood of the truck, yes. But where line of sight of any average driver with their two eyes that's operating that vehicle, it certainly is not their perception.
You're saying you could not have seen that vehicle? Only the camera could have seen it?
Didn't I already state I couldn't see any vehicle anywhere around the vehicle before I attempted to safely change lanes? That's a camera high mounted on a ceiling. You tell me, if you're on the ground in Dallas versus you on the top of a skyscraper, which one can you see farther? Understood?
Is that accurate comparison?
It's a perception question. I don't expect you to answer it, just like you didn't answer the other one. But the point is, at a higher point of view, you have further vision. So basing a perception on a high-mounted camera by the headliner of a truck versus eye level is an inaccurate assessment of the situation.
Interesting.
You can't even see the truck in the video. That tells you how high the camera is mounted. So comparing the perception of a high-mounted camera, field of vision.
After the impact, he then stopped, pulled over the road. He was wide awake then. He was up looking around. He saw everything.
Versus my two eyes, which I was the only one in that vehicle at that moment in time. You weren't there. No one else was there. My two eyes versus that perception will never be comparable.
How much higher is the camera than your field of vision?
I don't know.
You don't know.
So what he's saying is that the camera is higher, so therefore it can see further than where his eyes are. So that's why he didn't see this vehicle. And I'm glad T-Rex is calling him out here.
I don't know if it's
what I do know, it was mounted towards the headliner, and I was in the driver's seat. That's what I do know. That's fact. In the interior video, you can see the interior camera pointing at me. You can see how high it is. You can also see the headliner. Based on your perception, I could ask you the same. If you wanted, you could guess as well as I could how high the headliner is above my head. But it would only be based on perception and a guess, which I'm not going to do. So factually speaking, all I can say is it's not a comparison, but an actual measurement I do not know.
Okay, so the dash cam footage is not a comparison of what a driver can or cannot see.
I have no idea how.
Factually speaking, with that exact what they can see, no. It can depict what happened, sure, from a different point of view, which will not ever be comparable to the eyes of any person operating it.
Based on what we've seen in the video, at least, okay, we can save our arguments on what's captured in this video versus what you could actually see. Let's put a pin in that. Based on the video, what we have seen all the way up to the point of impact, my client's vehicle is ahead of your vehicle that entire time, correct?
I don't know, is it? Physically speaking, I don't know.
Watch it again?
I couldn't see the vehicle.
Look at that beige sedan and tell me if at any point in time prior to impact, your vehicle was ahead of that vehicle, okay?
Is he going to be able to answer this question, folks? Is he going to be able to answer this question? I know how I'd answer the question if I wanted to be a smartass. Right now, my vehicle is ahead of his. Or the car. Right? That's the first time.
See that? Did you at any point see that vehicle behind your vehicle?
No, I just watched the same video you watched.
Is your testimony here today that what we see captured in the first frame, timestamp 000, the plaintiff's deposition exhibit number 3, which captures a side of the cab, your testimony here today is this frame that we're looking at right here, that if you were sitting in the driver's seat of that truck, that you would not have been able to see that sedan that we see here?
I said that's a perception. Factually speaking, let's talk facts. We know the accident happened, and that's it.
No, factually speaking, I'm asking you if sitting in the driver's side cab of the truck, if you would have seen that vehicle, where it is on the first frame of deposition exhibit number 3, would you have seen that vehicle if you were sitting in the driver's seat?
So you said, would I? Implying I didn't, but would I? What if? Would I? That's, again, perception.
So wait, implying that I didn't see the vehicle. You're saying, would I have seen it? Implying I didn't see it. by his statements, he's saying, I saw it and I intentionally ran into it.
And would I presumably, I suppose, well, we're not talking about presumably, or would I?
Oh, they are.
No, because that's what if. That's a would I. What the facts are is I did not see a vehicle before I attempted to safely change lanes. I did contact the vehicle, an accident happened, and it is an accident for a reason.
But
It certainly was not intentional, and I operated the vehicle as safe as I possibly could during that instance.
So you would have seen that vehicle where it's located in the first frame if you were sitting in the cab as the driver. It would have been within your field of vision.
If it wasn't in a blind spot,
And is your contention that where it is right there in the first frame, that it would have been in a blind spot of your vehicle?
are we talking facts or presumptions?
Facts. Would it have been in your blind spot there where we see it?
That vehicle was in a blind spot.
So right there? That's in your blind spot right there.
Do you drive a truck? Have you ever operated a semi-truck?
I don't. I do not.
His vehicle is in his
You'll never
blind
understand then.
spot
But what
right
I can
now.
tell you is that vehicle was in a blind spot that I could not see because I've already answered now. I'm going on the third time, repeating myself. Clearly, you're not understanding that I could not see any vehicle or any obstruction of any sort in any view, any mirror, or any visual of myself before I safely or attempted to safely change lanes.
The entire front of his vehicle is a blind spot, folks.
Because I would not intentionally change lanes if there was something I could visibly see. Therefore, there was nothing I could visibly see, including that beige sedan.
So when we're looking at this, what we're looking at on the screen right here, it's paused, frozen, and deposition exhibit number 3. You're saying that where we see the sedan, it is in a blind spot.
Yes.
Okay, so this is why I think he destroyed his own case. Because
Blind spot is called blind spot for a reason. You cannot see it.
it should be taken away
my
if he
question
does.
earlier, a safe truck driver operating a commercial motor vehicle looks how far ahead when driving?
I don't know how to answer that question, as I said earlier.
But a safe driver does look some distance ahead while operating a CMV, right?
Well, so your question implies what a safe driver is. Is that a definite definition of fact? What a safe driver is? That a matter of perception?
And I'm saying like to drive one safely, meaning you don't cause wrecks. To drive one safely, you look ahead while driving, right?
Obviously, I look where I'm going, like anybody that drives a vehicle.
And you look ahead, and not your lane, but also lanes you intend to merge into or change into, right?
As stated earlier,
How far ahead though?
this is the third time I've stated this now. I will repeat myself if you'd like. That I don't know how to answer that question.
You don't know. Okay.
All right, T-Rex with a 1999 super chat. Thank you very much, sir. You didn't have to do that, but I much appreciate it. The whole point is that if this dude were paying attention even a little bit, he would know that the car was on the right side and was passing it. Even if he didn't see it, you know it's there because you saw it. Yes, exactly. It's in front of him. He obviously should be able to see it in front of him. And if all of a sudden it's sort of passing by him, and he's not seeing it at the time, he knows it was just there. This dude is not paying attention at all. If we go back to, it's clear he's sleeping. And let's see, the first time they play the whole video all the way through. Let's see if we can watch this whole thing.
That were produced. Looks like we have a version that captures the inside of the cab in the roughly 80 seconds leading, or 80-second video that contains the wreck happening. We have one that's taken outside of the cab, and then we have a side-by-side. We're going to go through those now. You've seen all 3 of those videos?
I've only seen in cab.
Okay.
What's on the screen? What?
Off the record, real quick.
Off the record at 12:11.
That's a pickup. I'm going to mark this one as Plaintiff's Exhibit 1, and I'm going to go ahead and play it for you, Josh.
Okay. He's clearly sleeping. His eyes are closed. Gets his drink. There's the car. He's not paying attention. Now that was sped up. He is absolutely not paying attention. So there's also actually a legitimate way that they teach people how to drive semi-trucks. It's called the Smith driving method. Oh, it's all about proper following distance and at speeds over 45. And that's what I would assume. I mean, they teach something similar when you're talking about bigger ships even. And you are trying to, you have to anticipate, so you need more time to react because they're bigger and heavier. I would imagine there's something specific. He wasn't able to testify to any of that stuff. He just said, I don't know, I practiced.
How far ahead did you look on this day?
I don't remember.
All right, last one I'm going to be looking at. Well, actually, sorry. I got to look at this one more time. I want to play up to the point of impact.
Just listen to a rap song about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
And it looks like where I stopped it at 9, you're already beginning to turn, right? Because we see the pane of the video shifting to the right. So would you agree that you're already beginning the process of turning it?
I don't know.
Timestamp 9? Well, just watch the video and tell me what you think. So I'll start it over.
Well, what I think would be a perception, no different than your perception, but for facts, I don't know.
Perception based on watching the video, Josh.
Right, but we're talking facts. Not
Yeah,
perception.
this is fact. What do you see here? Do you agree with me on that? Okay, so here we go. See how you're already starting there? Maybe even 7. No, 8 is when I guess you start. You see how it's moving to the right?
You probably did.
Did you notice that change? Or it's moving to the right?
I mean, I can only understand that based on my perception. I'm watching the same video you are.
Hey,
I'm not sure. Is there a
Fox,
question?
welcome.
And you're a little bit further to the right now. And now you're even further and bang.
So what I can tell you is, compared to the driver's seat as seen in the interior video, like,
Right, that was my thought, because he kept talking about, like when I first watched this, he kept talking about, well, it was in my blind spot. I checked on my mirrors, and there was a lot of questions about blind spots and all this stuff. So I thought the car came up from behind him. And then when I first saw the forward-facing dash cam video and I saw that car there, I'm like, I kept looking for the car to come up from behind or something. And it was the car right in front of him, like six car lengths in front of him.
camera is offset from where I sit in the driver's seat. So that camera is mounted more to my passenger side than I am. Clearly, I don't know how far to the passenger side, but it is mounted towards the passenger side. The fact that moved, that view, doesn't imply I left my lane, nor is there anybody that can factually say I already had left my lane. And per law, if I'm maintaining my lane between those white lines,
So now he's trying to say he never left the lane.
it's still safe operation if I have not left my lane of travel. So only perception can be drawn from that. There is no factual evidence to say that I had already started to leave that lane based on a high-mounted camera's perception. Because there's a camera on on the tires of the side of the truck to show the very outer edge of that truck, and when it left the dotted white line, no. So you can draw a conclusion based on perception, but that's all it'll ever be, not fact. And you're watching the same video I'm watching, so we can presume all we want, but factually speaking,
I would imagine they're also suing the
you're trying to draw a
owner.
conclusion that
I would imagine they're also suing the owner of the trucking company that he was fired from, as well as him personally.
I was already leaving the lane.
All right, we're gonna pull
That'll
up
never have grounds.
side by side. This is what I wanted to see.
Nor can anybody prove that. So as far as you know, as the same presumption to say I left the lane is no different than a presumption for me to say I'd never left the lane until I crossed, which again, we both will never know when that instant happened. So, factually speaking, no, you can't factually say I left.
It's like it's one of those people. There was a video I saw. I can't remember his name. Comedian from Britain. He's talking about how people that are dumb don't know how dumb they are because they lack the intelligence to know that they sound stupid, essentially. And that's this guy's problem. He thinks he sounds slick, but he's so dumb he doesn't realize that he sounds dumb.
The lane at any point in that video until I contacted them. And again, that's still only perception based on the fact that they're inside of that white dotted line. So up until the point of contact,
Kruger,
you can never factually say I left that lane.
Well, that's the study, but I can't remember the name of the comedian that mentioned it.
Well, roll your eyes if you want. That's pretty immature.
Let's go ahead and move on to exhibit.
I'm talking to you like a grown adult. Rolling your eyes is pretty disrespectful, but if that's how you want to handle business, go for it.
Exhibit number 4 is the side-by-side view, both videos that we saw.
I'd be rolling my eyes so hard, I'd be like passing out.
Put side by side. So contemporaneously run. Let's go ahead and watch that.
You're right. He starts to drift when he's putting his pop or his drink, whatever.
Okay, now
How would I know a guy like
you see that video that we just watched? Exhibit number 4. See how long that video is?
I don't know how long.
12 seconds.
I can't see it.
Okay.
Sorry. What's your
You
question?
see it now? 12 seconds.
He did. This guy totally went
Okay,
home
that's
and thought he
different
won
from the
this
previous
deposition.
two videos in that it's much shorter. Agreed?
Yes.
So we don't have a side-by-side of
I don't remember how long
Those
the
other-
others were, but
we don't have a side-by-side of the other 68 seconds, right?
What's up, Lefty? We're watching
I'm not
the
sure what we're trying
deposition
to
of your
establish here.
brother.
We've already established the accident happened. Or what? Can we get back to what we're here for? It's as if you're trying to prove an accident happened. We all know that's the fact. It's on record. So what else? What are we here for? Seems like we're just repeating ourselves.
He totally did start.
Are you here to
So no one does something wrong under your definition of accident. An accident can't be done. It can't be. Can't happen if some by
I
some.
want to answer that.
Well, you keep on using this word accident. You're saying an accident's an accident. I want to know what your definition of accident is.
Because we can all draw our own
What causes
conclusions.
an accident? Can someone doing something wrong cause an accident?
He's repeating himself.
I don't know how to answer that.
Can someone acting unreasonably cause an accident?
I don't know how to answer that. You're asking for my perception, which is still irrelevant. So is your perception.
You can keep saying it's irrelevant. I think that whole courtroom.
Yeah, they say about depositions, you have to tell the truth, but you don't have to tell all of the truth. So just you're like, yes, no, no, yes, no, and that's it.
Judge, jury, me, and even your opposing counsel would disagree. I'm just asking you about your testimony here, trying to expand it out.
Well, like I said,
Get into what you're saying.
the facts are the accident happened. I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to accomplish here. We know the accident happened. So while you're sitting here trying to prove an accident, I don't know what your point is here. The accident happened. What did your client have you come here to tell me to prove an accident happened, or do we all know that it was established that an accident did happen?
Okay.
What is your
Beautiful thing
Fine,
about
here
this
for.
process, Josh, is that you don't have to know what I'm getting at. You just got to answer the questions. Okay.
I know.
All right. You're playing.
Is he like a sovereign citizen of some way? Like it's like your perception, man. It's not reality, It's just like what you feel. It's what you think.
And some pretty loud music in this video, right?
That's another perception. I don't know.
How high is your music cranked up in this? If 100 is the maximum, and we're going by single digit integers, are you cranked up to 50, halfway?
No idea. I don't remember.
Pretty loud though, right? At least in your opinion.
I don't know.
That'd be like my opinion.
You're asking for a perception again. I don't know. That camera's mic is completely different than a human ear. I have no idea.
This guy.
To
Did
compare
Andrews,
a camera to a human ear, that's a perception again. I don't know.
did Andrews Distributing ever provide rules within their policy
Was it Vanilla Ice? Did
for
we figure out what song it
driving
was?
their trucks regarding how loud you should listen to music? If you're allowed to listen to music at all, that is.
No.
No, so you could listen to it as loud as you want.
I suppose. Listen to whatever music you want.
Would you agree that
Please
music
ask him what song
playing
he's
music
listening to.
is at least to some degree a distraction? Ugh, sorry about that.
I don't know. I suppose that's a matter of perception. Does music distract you? If so, you probably won't listen.
So at first it was relevance, and I don't know how to answer that. Then he somehow came up to this word perception, and he's just been hanging on to it for the rest of the deposition. It's like every time I get a chance to use it, well, that's your just perception, man. You can't put that on
Listen
me.
to it. But that changes with each person.
I'm just asking about you. Would you agree that to some degree listening to music while operating a vehicle is a distraction from the operation of that vehicle?
No, absolutely not.
It's just your perception that I slept with your friend.
In general, is it easier to answer questions, listen to questions, do things when there's music playing in the background, or harder?
I don't have a problem with it. I don't know why that's relevant.
Just keep playing the
I don't have a
video
problem
over and
with
over.
So you have no problem answering questions
What is this?
while we're playing music
No, I,
You have no problem doing anything while you're listening to
Is he
music
playing
loud.
music?
Forms.
All right, why don't you walk back? What happened in that prior accident in 2019?
He's playing music super loud in the deposition room.
are you raising your voice? I don't have a problem hearing you, but it seems like you have a problem speaking over the music. Not sure what your point of that is.
You don't know what my point is.
No, I
Do
don't.
you have any idea why you're even here today?
Form, don't answer.
You think you're clean as a whistle?
Form.
Yeah,
I don't know how to answer that.
Ask the witness.
All right, so they passed the witness. So that was the last question. That was great. He played some song. I don't know what this is, Recovery. I don't know what song they actually played, but he just played it up loud. I want to see if I can get this attorney on for an interview. This was awesome. Why are you yelling at me?
Break for a second.
Off the record at 1:01.
All right, so that was it. That was the deposition that I wanted to present to you guys, because it's just a disaster of a deposition. The guy, he is a fool, and let me pull it back up. I don't like how StreamYard works now. I almost ended the stream again. The guy's just a fool. This is how it began.
Company. Sir, do you understand what today?
Just so our court.
Do you go by Josh or Joshua?
Josh?
Josh, you understand you're giving a deposition in a lawsuit?
Yes.
And are you aware of the nature of that lawsuit?
Yes.
Okay, so I trust that I'm not going to have to go through all that with you on why you're here today. Fair?
Yes.
You remember the date?
Now, remember how it ended? He absolutely knew why he was here.
Do you know if it was light outside or if it was dark outside?
Light.
Clear or rainy or somewhat or something else? Was there any weather conditions going on that day that you remember?
Sunny.
Sunny.
I couldn't find the right spot, but that's okay. This is how it started with the whole I don't knows. How many here come the I don't knows. Yeah, that's where they started, right?
Now there was a crash report put together for this wreck, and it has the wreck occurring at about 3:17 p.m. Central Time. Sound about right?
I don't know.
There we go. I don't know. That's where we're going to leave it. 152 I don't knows. 152. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you had me confused. All right. So that's exactly how not to answer questions in a deposition. Like Super Lawyer said, you answer yes, no, you answer the question, but you give them very little information, unless you truly don't know. But when you're asked, like, how did you get licensed to do the job that you do? Maybe give an explanation. I went to school for it and I took a test. Don't say, I don't know, because you clearly know, or at least you should know. A lot of people asked if he had a closed head injury or something like that involving this car accident. Obviously, this wasn't a major car accident. If he has a closed head injury, it wasn't from that accident. He seemed to be just fine. Dumber than horse milkers. I agree. I don't know how to answer that. This was fun. So, and let me actually. So while we were streaming, I got Lao Kong jumped into our chat and said that he discovered the rug missing from Zachariah Anderson's, or from the Zachariah Anderson case, Rosalio's rug that was missing from his apartment. Now, what this message says to me is that this was found in Rosalio's Jeep. So this image was in Rosalio's Jeep. Let me pull it up here if I can figure out how to do this screen share now. Well, don't save. There we go. Okay. So apparently this is the rug with no blood on it in the back of Rosalio's Jeep. This is the rug that's missing from Rosalio's apartment, supposedly. This is it appears to be the rug based on the description that was provided by Sadie. And it is in the back of Rosalio's Jeep. This photograph, apparently, what I'm being told, in Rosalio's Jeep. So, if the rug was located, as described by Sadie, in the back of Rosalio's Jeep, then it's not covered in blood, at least not in this image. I should do not in this image because I'm mirrored. Then what left the sharp marks where the blood was and wasn't in the apartment? And why did the police not look at this? So I'm going to talk to Law Kong more about this, and we'll figure out, because I asked him, he hasn't responded yet. I wanted to know where this image came from, but so that's where we're going to go. So I'll incorporate that. We'll do a stream on it if I have enough to do a stream on. I'm still waiting on the Zachariah Anderson appellate brief, because I'd really like to talk about that more. And I am just working away on the documentary. Actually, I found an illustrator, because there's a lot of things I don't have videos of. There's things that have been testified to, and I kind of want to reenact them. And I don't want actors. I want illustration, and I have an illustrator now. So it's going to be simple line drawing, comic book style. So I have an illustrator that's going to work and help me fill in some of those things that I was using AI for, and I don't like it. So that's where we are on that. And yeah, who needs a job? We need your streams. Who needs a job? We need your streams. Stream more. I wish I could stream more. I stream when I have something to talk about and I have the time. And that's why I streamed tonight. I had the time. This one, I watched it like a month ago, and I was like, one of these days I'm just going to do this deposition because I thought it was funny. And so I happen to have the time and able to do it. But I am going to do next Saturday. I've got a Lego stream. Last night's had to be canceled. We had Nick. Take this down. We had Nick Staroff and Steph, the Alter Nerd. We're going to go head to head. It had to be canceled due to a family emergency. And we're going to reschedule that. But next week we have Baker. Is it Baker that's coming on? Let me check. We have so many lined up. And then I am, so Baker, no, we have Cope and Seath coming up next. Cope and Seath is coming up. And then we have Baker after that. Next Monday on the 21st, Turtle Boy's going to be on. We're going to do an interview with him. And if there's some trial or there's some Cronenberg stuff coming up that we're going to be talking about as well. I'll try to stream as much as I can, if I can. More Michigan cases. Yes. So we have the oxygen chamber case that's coming up. It's going to be slow coming. There was just a hearing last week on some discovery stuff. Eventually, we're going to have a preliminary examination. I know Nick is covering that, so him and I will probably cover that as well. And who it wasn't. I've been behind in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, I could stream a lot more, and I choose not to. I was streaming live this morning, but on a different channel. And then I like to be a desirable guest, whenever I can. Are you interested in the mushroom trial? I have Pink coming in tomorrow. I am very interested in the mushroom trial. However, I am going to be on Mackinac Island tomorrow evening. So depending on what time, I may or may not be able to join you. Michigan needs to get it together. Yeah, they do. Well, the thing with the oxygen chamber case is I kind of thought they were going to charge the parents at first, because at least the story that I've heard thus far, I might be completely wrong, is that the child was getting oxygen hyperbaric chamber treatment for ADD, which to me does not sound very scientifically sound. And so if it wasn't medically necessary and the parents were putting him in there, Are the parents culpable? Right? That's where my mind went, since we see so many parents getting charged with things these days. We can actually talk about everything that actually happened. Oh, yeah, that's nice. In Australia, apparently, you can't talk about cases or speculate until there's been a verdict. So that would be interesting to talk about. I'm so interested in this rug. Yeah, I messaged Law Kong back after he sent me that image. I'll find out more information. We'll talk about that. So that's about all I have to. Yeah, for ADD. Yeah, that's why I was like, a 5-year-old. First of all, 5-year-olds are too young to be diagnosed with ADD. Have you seen a 5-year-old? They go everywhere. They do everything. They're interested in everything. So that's the first problem. Then I don't know how. Now maybe there was something else, but I heard that it was because of ADD. And if that wasn't it, if it was something else that was actually like medically, the oxygen was medically necessary for, then so be it. But can you ask Solomon? We're in a group chat with Solomon. I'm waiting for Solomon to respond as well. So I will find out. And I'll do something. But I'm going to send you guys over to Cope and Seath, since he is streaming with me on a Lego stream next week, next Saturday, a week from today. Why don't you guys go over, say hi to him, tell him that I sent him, and then come back next Saturday so you guys can chit chat with him a bit. He's talking about some brony drama or something. I don't know. It's fun times though. I'll be hanging out in there for a little bit. So you guys have a good rest of your Saturday, Sunday, whenever it is for you. I don't know what time it is in Australia, and I will see you guys, I don't know, at some point.
When I was young, my daddy said